aspiring engineers in India, picking between the universally recognized well-takes choices for aspiring engineers in India, picking between the universally recognized top 3 national institutes of technology. For years, right, students and parents have endlessly debated which one is definitively the quote-unquote best. But right off the bat, I want to completely shatter that myth. If you're aiming for these elite institutions, especially if you're a CIWG or DASA candidate coming from overseas, kind of like a student will call I'm in today, choosing among them isn't some simple matter of good versus bad. No way. It is entirely about finding your absolute perfect match. Here's our roadmap for the explainer today. We'll look at the big 3 NITs, check out placements and academic rigor, dive into the campus vibe and climate, sample the food and student life, help you find your personality fit, and finally, figure out how to make that final choice. All right, part 1, the big 3 NITs. Let's look way beyond just good versus bad. You see, for international candidates like I'm in, this decision is really a search for personal alignment. When we map out the general perception of these institutes, a pretty fascinating distribution of strengths emerges. Trichy usually takes the crown as this incredibly balanced all-arounder, boasting the strongest core engineering and alumni network. But if your priority is campus beauty, lifestyle, and a seriously thriving coding vibe, Surathkal is the undisputed leader there. Meanwhile, for pure academic rigor, intense research focus, and discipline, Warangal really stands out. It's like each campus has its own very distinct superpower. Moving on to part 2, placements and academic rigor. We're talking about the brains of the operation here. When it comes to your career, Trichy basically has what everyone considers the strongest overall placement ecosystem among all the NITs, and it's backed by this incredibly powerful alumni network. What's super fascinating here is that, yeah, they have excellent software placements, but they are also a total powerhouse for core engineering, consulting, and finance. The absolute best branches are CSE, ECE, EEE, Mechanical, and ICE. But Trichy's special advantage? It's this. Even if you're in a non-CSE branch, you're still going to get incredibly strong opportunities. It is true, undisputed all-rounder dominance. But hey, if your absolute endgame is the tech industry, Surathkal is phenomenal. It operates as a pure coding and software powerhouse. The placements here are simply outstanding, and they're fueled by this deeply ingrained internship culture and an excellent student coding ecosystem. If you have your sights set on software-oriented careers in branches like CSE, IT, or AI, this campus environment is practically custom-built for you. And then we have Warangal. The defining trait over there is incredible technical depth. Placements are very strong, and the institute is massively respected in the academic world. You are walking into a serious, highly competitive environment. While Warangal might be a little less socially flashy than a place like Surathkal, make no mistake, its technical rigor commands immense, unquestioned respect in the engineering industry. Section 3, Campus Vibe and Climate. Let's talk about your environment. Remember, you aren't just studying here, you are living here for 4 incredibly formative years. Visually, the contrast between campuses is actually wild. Trichy is a massive, green, heavily residential campus. It has this organized, mature feel that is closest to an old IIT-style institution. On the completely opposite end of the spectrum is Surathkal. Famous for being scenic and relaxed, it's literally a beach campus. It's filled with coastal greenery and has a vibrant student life that creates a very strong emotional resonance for its students. But wait, we've got to talk about the weather. Let's bring back our avatar Ayman, flying in from Jeddah. For someone used to a desert climate, the hot, humid weather of Trichy or the rainy coastal weather of Surathkal can honestly feel pretty uncomfortable at first. Warangal, however, has a hot and dry climate. For students coming from the Middle East, this dry heat is actually often the easiest adaptation. So while Surathkal might be the most visually pleasant, Warangal is likely the most physically comfortable for a Gulf-based student. All right, Section 4, Food and Student Life. Let's get into the day-to-day. So what happens outside the lecture halls? All 3 institutions boast excellent campus bonding, and moving right into the official first-year hostels is strongly recommended. But the flavors? They definitely differ. Trichy offers a really balanced social atmosphere and excellent festivals. Warangal leans far more academic socially. Surathkal, though, it totally takes the crown here. It features a very strong hostel culture, the absolute most vibrant social atmosphere, and rates incredibly well for first-year adaptation. A huge piece of that vibrant culture, and a big reason why Surathkal is so beloved by international students, is obviously the food. You gotta eat, right? Trichy has good diversity, though it can be a bit rice-heavy initially. Warangal features excellent, but notoriously spicier local food. Surathkal? It offers the best overall culinary experience. Mangalore cuisine, Kerala food, seafood, and, crucially for NRI students like Eamon, Arabian food options. It makes it an incredibly Gulf-friendly campus. Okay, Section 5. Finding your personality fit. Time to play matchmaker. So, we've looked at the data. Now, let's figure out where you belong. Ask yourself, are you someone who craves a highly structured environment that commands broad respect across literally every industry? If that's you, NIT Trichy is your match. It's for the student who wants the absolute strongest overall reputation, appreciates structured excellence, and wants the broadest possible career flexibility down the line. It is the absolute safest, top-tier prestige choice you can make. Next up, who exactly fits at NIT Surathkal? Are there any hardcore coders or explorers watching today who value a lively, high-energy environment right alongside their intense studies? If you love code and culture and want that vibrant campus life, Surathkal is calling your name. It's for the student who enjoys exploration and prefers a relaxed but undeniably high-achieving environment. In fact, for our avatar Eamon, considering his Gulf background, his love for abstract thinking, and his preference for challenge-based learning, this profile is a perfect, almost seamless match. Finally, who thrives over at NIT Warangal? Are you the kind of viewer who prefers a hardcore, technically serious atmosphere completely free from distractions? Warangal is the dream match for the student who prefers intense academic seriousness. If you want a deeply focused, highly competitive technical environment and you couldn't care less about campus glamour or beach aesthetics, this is it. It's for those who just want to put their head down and build their skills in a total distraction-free zone. Section 6, making your final choice. This is the golden rule. Now that you know the specific flavor of each institution, how do you actually make the big decision? Well, here's your framework. Step 1. Always confirm your desired branch is available across all 3. Step 2. If the exact same branch is available to you everywhere, order them by your personal fit. For a student like Eamon, that order might practically look like Trichy first, then Surathkal, then Waranga. But step 3 is the absolute golden rule. If the branches differ significantly, you must prioritize the branch over the institution. I really want to hammer this home. Branch often matters so much more than these tiny differences in institute prestige. Choosing Surathkal CSE over Trichy Mechanical is usually a very wise move. Please, do not sacrifice your preferred career path or your passion simply for a perceived minor bump in an institute's prestige. These 3 are all elite. Your branch is going to dictate your daily life and your future way more than the specific name on the gate. We'll leave it right here. We've stripped away all the noise today and looked at what actually makes these 3 legendary engineering colleges tick. So I ask you, beyond the rankings, which campus lifestyle, which climate, and which coding ecosystem truly aligns with your personality and your long-term goals? Take some time, reflect on what environment will make you the best version of yourself, and confidently choose your perfect match. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and happy matching.